Erica Kirk stated that Nehemiah was doing a great work. Let's take a look at her exact quote here with Faulkner, back on Outnumbered.
But I will tell you what they are doing. It reminds me so much of chapter 6 in the book of Nehemiah. He is building a wall, and the townspeople are at the base of that hill saying, Nehemiah, calling him all these names, saying all these things, come on down. Every single time he had the same message 4 times in a row. I cannot come down. I am busy building. That is.
Now, what was Nehemiah building? And why were they calling him names? When we look at Nehemiah, what we find is that he was the cupbearer of the king. They were calling him names because he was acting like a traitor. Nehemiah was the cupbearer. He went to the king, told him that he wanted to rebuild Jerusalem. The walls needed repair. The king said, that sounded like a great work. Nehemiah said, well, would you write me letters so that I can do that in your name? Will you write me letters to the generals so I can cross the Jordan and get to Jerusalem? Will you write me letters so I can go to the king's forest and get timber for my great work? The king said, yeah, that sounds like a great plan. He went and gave these letters in the hand of God to Nehemiah in front of the Manos, that band of violent men. So Manos hand is a wing of an army or a band of men. But he's also the cupbearer. So that cup is part of having the hand of God. That's what awakens in some people that warlike nature. So Nehemiah goes out from the king. He crosses the Jordan. The people he encounters are scared, but they see he's got the letters from the king, so they let him pass. He gets to Jerusalem and he gives the letters. He moves into the town. He spends 3 nights surveying the town through subterfuge by night. He sneaks out at night with a few of the Manos, a few of the band of men. He actually climbs up into the aqueduct to get a better view of the walls. And the next day he tries to rally the townspeople. Let's rebel against the king. Build the walls. And some of the people don't really realize this is for or against the king. And in fact, once they start building, some people come to town and are like, whoa, I think you're building against the king here. By day 3, they had walled up the houses. Now, not their own houses, the houses that they were pledged loyal to. So people walled in people into their houses, put doors and locks on them. They walled up Jerusalem from the towers to the gates. Now we know who built each and every section because in Nehemiah 1, he confesses that this was a sin to do. And in chapter 3, he details who did exactly which part. But he makes it clear nobody knew until he called for rebellion what he planned. By day 3, they had barred all of the gates of Jerusalem. He ended up holding on to Jerusalem for 12 years. He tries to use the band of men, the violence, the hand, of God to create fear in the townspeople. He demands grain while holding them hostage. They offer to sell him grain. He's upset. He doesn't want to have to buy it. Don't you fear me? Don't you see I have archers on the city walls? I'm bearing the cup of the king. You should fear me, but they don't. They offer to lend him money so that he can buy grain when he says he doesn't have any money. He doesn't want to buy it. He wants to be given it out of violence. When he says he doesn't have any money, they offer to lend it to him. He's upset they're going to charge him interest. He says, do you charge the brothers in your society interest? Now, it's important to note, He's differentiating there between fathers of households and brothers. Fathers who were citizens, who were members of the society, had different rights, roles, and responsibilities than the brothers. Brothers were invited into the community and swore loyalty to the household they signed on to. He was disloyal to the family he had taken an oath to. I just can't help but wonder why someone would reference a traitor. This is like referencing Benedict Arnold, Quisling. This is a famous traitor. I just don't know the meaning Erica's trying to portray here. I'll look at some of the other passages she's looked at. Maybe we'll figure it out. Thank you for checking me out. Hope you check out another one.